Hi, welcome back. Here we are in video number 8 of this 10-part series on permacreativity, how the permaculture principles map to creative flow. This time we're talking about the 8 of celebrate and use edges and the marginal. So last time we talked about iterating. This time we want to talk about what do we do after we've iterated. We celebrate. The transition between phases is really where the magic happens. Now, in permaculture design, this is pretty literal. These are the actual edges of spaces within your permaculture garden. So creative use of these can yield really remarkable results. For example, let's say you want to protect your veggie garden from marauding bunnies. You can plant a protective layer of stuff that bunnies don't like so much, like onions and garlic, other things that are kind of stinky and bunnies are like, no thank you. And then you can follow it up with something that bunnies absolutely love, but you're not as keen on, like clover, for example. That way the bunnies eat their fill of that tasty pollinator-attracting clover, get to that wall of onion stank and just go, no thanks. Hop off someplace else. Bunnies fed, veggies protected, and soil fertilized. A win, win, win. In creative flow, the edges and the margins are those transitions between the different phases. So we're talking about these little spaces in between things here, when we're going from one phase to another phase. To keep you flowing smoothly through each of those phases and help you to navigate those transitions, which can be a little bit tricky, I have created a number of tools. So this includes, of course, that chart that you just saw, the 8 eights of the creative cycle, the doer deck, energy alignment deck. We have the Creative Flow Co-working Club, and of course, my upcoming book, Spark Genius, Creative Flow Unleashed. Yes, I have a copy of it. I'm so excited. So, just to get you kickstarted, I am going to go through a couple of different ways that you can improve your relationship with those transitions, with the margins. Number 1, identify your edges. How do you know when one phase is complete and it's time to move on to the next? How will you know when you've accomplished what you set out to accomplish? What steps, broken down into mini steps and micro steps, of course, will you have completed by the time you get there? Now, success is simply doing what we set out to do. So we'd better know what that is, or else we cannot succeed. It is impossible. You only know where those edges are if you clearly define them. Now, number 2, celebrate. Celebrate. Once you reach an edge, as defined by you and you alone, you need to celebrate. You need to take the time, stop, slow down, notice, oh my gosh, I accomplished the thing, and take a moment to celebrate it before you move on to the next phase. Now, how you celebrate? Totally immaterial. To some, a celebration requires dressing up, going out. To others, it means curling up with a good book, taking a long walk, taking a nap. It doesn't matter as long as it feels like a genuine celebration to you. Whatever you do not skip this step. Celebrating is important. I know it can feel frivolous, like, oh, I'm throwing myself a party, but trust me, it is essential for several reasons. First off, it marks the end of that energetic phase. And that cues your mind and your body to release that energy so that you're not carrying it into the next phase and trying to do 2 things at once, to embody 2 energies at the same time, sometimes opposing energies. For example, a lot of people try to bring the execution phase into the revising phase, or vice versa. That does not work well at all because those are really opposite energies. It's like when you're on a road trip, okay? You can only have one driver at a time. Now, everybody can be along for the ride, but only one energy can take the wheel at a given time. Otherwise, you're gonna have too many cooks, you're gonna have too many people going in too many directions, you're gonna end up marooned in a creativity ditch. Now, second, it helps to replenish your precious energy. It increases your confidence, raises your vibe, and puts you in a positive frame of mind as you head on into the next phase. And that makes it way more likely that you're going to accomplish what you set out to accomplish in that next phase, if you come in feeling good. Third, it creates a positive association with that phase and with the creative process more generally, so that the next time that phase comes around, you will be looking forward to it and not dreading it. Now, a spoonful of sugar, as we know, helps the medicine go down, but more than that, it helps motivate you to show up for the next dose of medicine. And speaking of which, our next video is integrate. But this goes with 3 of the permaculture principles. Use and value renewable resources and services, produce no waste, and integrate rather than segregate. So please join me next time. It's going to be a 3-fer. You're going to love it. I'll see you then.